Really, you? Andrew? Can it really be?
I hate to disappoint, Master Connor, but I don't die easy. And I have a little too much pride to just let myself be tossed out with the trash. You got some explaining to do.
We did not toss you out with the trash. We just did not know how to help you. Your talents were uncontrollable. So we sent you away, hoping you would forget and move on.
Hoping I'd forget? When? As 10 years of my life wasted away at the hands of a merchant? I want my goddamn life back, asshole.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how I could make it up to you.
I don't know. But you can be damn sure I'll think of something. Get out.
Andrew, I cannot tell you how remarkable to see you. Simply remarkable. Pardon me, Zachariah. You cannot know how unexpected this was. Thank you. I must now return to the source.
Woo! Who'd have fucking thought it? A Technomancer spying on other Technomancers. Crazy shit right there. From where I've stood, it looks like you were all stuck together tight as hell. Shows what I know.
Keep your mouth shut.
I'm just shocked, Lieutenant, that's all. Lieutenant?
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
What does the name Andrew mean to you?
The long version of the name Andy? How about a last name? No? All right. Give me a second. I have a vague recollection of an Andrew linked to an accident at the Technomancer school years back. That what this is about? Some affair at the school? If it is, listen closely, Lieutenant. You're an officer now, not a school teacher, and I can't afford to have your attention divided, so get your head around that and out of the schoolyard. We clear?
Of course, Captain. Crystal clear.
Here we are. A couple of idiots looking for a way out. So desperate they'll fall for anything.
That really what you think's going on here?
Why? You gonna resist? If that's the case, we'll just kill you then.
No! Stop! Here's your serum. Take it back. I'll stop. Anything you want, just let me leave.
Fine, get out of here. But you start your ship back up, and next time I won't be so lenient.
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope. What can I get you?
Your beggar problem's fixed. It was a little more complicated than it looked.
Really? How so?
They weren't here by choice. Poor folks got ripped off by a guy who said he was a smuggler. Told them he'd get them to Shadow Lair. Instead, he cut them up and made them work for him.
Terrible thing to hear. Oh, I'm glad you put an end to it. Here, take this. For saving those people and our businesses.
Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend who's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more unlikely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I'm sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Trust me, I get why you're reluctant to talk. I do. Times like these don't exactly instill openness. But my friend's a very close friend of the professor, and neither of us are the betraying type, you know? To be honest, you look like you got some worries on your mind, too. Could all use a few more people to confide in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can tell you some things. I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with reality we must come to face.
That's one good-looking woman. Too bad she's only got eyes for a professor.
Poor girl seems so sad. Lieutenant, why are we investigating the professor's disappearance? The captain never discussed it. It's not our order.
I've been working on something that'll help us in the long run. Something really important. I don't know how it's connected to this, but it is. You're gonna have to trust me.
Oh, I get it. You just want to solve a case on your own. I got your back, Lieutenant.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope?
I'm sorry, Scott. You were right to worry about your friend. According to his assistant, it seems that he had problems. He was quite critical of the corporation, and you know how dangerous it's been lately.
How crazy. How crazy he was. He should have just stuck to his research. How foolish to meddle with politics. He was a very good researcher, you know? He made real progress on the settlers' genetic origins. How sad. And that poor woman who must be worried, sick. Listen, I thought... Anyway, maybe you could...
What's going on?
I know that I'm asking a lot from you, but I was wondering if maybe you could continue to investigate. You are someone important now. You know a lot of people. They can tell you if Veronica's suspicions are justified.
I can probably talk about it with my captain, or tap into some contacts in the know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to be sure, you see. I think that you need to recover his latest research. I strongly believe that, besides what he said, he found something dangerous. The ASC, they're thugs. We must not allow sensitive scientific research to fall into their hands. The risks are too high.
I'll see what I can do, but I doubt that Veronica will give me Charles's documents willingly. She's very protective of her boss's work.
Lost 10 doses of serum the other day. Bad bet in the arena at the Curiosities. Why doesn't I have my head if this keeps up? Easier said.
What are we doing here, Lieutenant? It's an official mission? It isn't, is it? What are we gonna do if we come under attack?
Then we'll defend ourselves. Look, I know Anton Rogue's not the kind of guy to hang out with, but he's the guy to come to if you want to know anything about anything going on. And I need to know something.
Come on, guys, let's go! All right, whatever you say, Lieutenant. Anything goes down, I got your back.
I heard you put an end to the smugglers' trafficking, Mr. Mancer. I am disappointed.
Why's that?
My concern? Oh no, I simply admired the man. Not for the income he scraped from his beggar army, but rather for the pressure he managed to put on the merchants without lifting a finger. With that said, anything having to do with crime is my concern. Maybe you will remember the next time before you stick your fingers in my pies. Now tell me, what do you want?
Professor Charles Seeker. I'm looking for what happened to him. What can you tell me?
The dangers of having a mind, of using it, and especially of speaking it, I'm afraid. His research and political opinions push the line, and patience of some. Funny how smart and wise don't always go hand in hand. That said, word is he boarded a train. Not so much a pleasure trip, more like a forced hiatus given the military escort and the colonel's re-education camp he was bound for. No matter the power of the mind, the power of a gun always seems to gain the upper hand in the end, don't you think?
Word is the slums have formed pockets of regime opposition, and you might know where they can be found.
People who oppose the regime? I am shocked. Shocked and appalled, and certain of nothing.
Then don't be a snitch. Just stand back and watch as their bombs go off and your precious streets are overrun with guards. I'm sure you're smart enough to know that that can't be good for business, though.
You're one smooth talker, Rogue. Clearly smarter than you look. Find the bar, the Curiosities,
and you'll find what you're looking for. The garden where the seeds of anarchy are sown. Or so I hear.
Thank you. I'll go check it out right away.
As would I. Just find them before they blow the city sky high, will you?
Veronica, I need a favor. I'm looking for access to the professor's compiled research documents. Might be a big help to me.
It's just not my work to share, Zachariah. If he came back, I don't think he'd be too pleased to find out I handed it away. You ever find out what happened to him?
From what I could gather, he was arrested and thrown into the correctional camp. Apparently his criticism of the government was more important to them than his work. Times we live in, I guess.
I don't even know what to... Such a loss. A waste. Maybe his work shouldn't be abandoned. If he's not coming back anytime soon, or at all, and you can do good with it.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope?
Unfortunately, I've received confirmation of what Veronica suspected. Charles was arrested and deported to a camp as a punishment for his comments. I'm sorry, Scott. I did bring back his research, though, since you wanted it.
Thank you, Zachariah. A camp? How awful. But what is happening to our dear Abundance? We won't beat Aurora if we get rid of our scientists. Anyway, I'll take a look at these documents. No doubt our dear Charles was worried. They're coded. It's funny, it reminds me of the code we used as students, so that the professors wouldn't know about our adventures. All this is a little far away. I'm gonna have to think about it. Thank you, Zach. Thanks again.
You know my master Sean well, don't you?
Well, it's a strong word. I know him, of course. I saw him during all those years I came to visit you. We would talk sometimes. He likes you a lot, you know. I think that he has great hopes for you. He's also very bitter. He bears a grudge against our corporation, and I don't know why. I think that it was because of the appointed couple policy imposed upon the Technomancers. He must have had a frustrated love story, that boy. I hope that he did not give you bad ideas. Abundance has shortcomings, but it is up to us to fix them, and it remains undoubtedly the best of all corporations.
Rebels are close. I need to get closer to hear what they're saying. Just gotta keep discreet and stay hidden. Hey there.
Hey there, back. What can I do you for?
I found this girl in a pretty bad state. Doesn't even remember her own name. Figured since you know everyone in the area, might see what you knew about her first.
Let's see here. Sure, yeah, I know the broad, or at least her face. Though I gotta say, she's a fuck sight prettier in person. She's one of those Black Dahlia girls. Gang of bitches always hanging around the area, starting shit with the Vori. Probably got her fucked up in the end. Play with fire enough, gonna get your ass burned eventually, you know? You got a map? You can usually find them hanging around here. Got a leader, too. But who she is or where she is, I ain't got the damnedest.
Fair enough. Thanks for the help. Rebels are close. I need to get closer to hear what they're saying. Just gotta keep discreet and stay hidden. To find your chief.
Mara? You want Mara? What are you... Fuck it. Ain't my fight. You'll find her there if you want to find her. Hope she gives you what you're looking for.
You Mara?
Yeah. What's it to you, dick?
Charming. I helped the young lady escape from a warehouse where she was being tortured. She can't even remember her own name.
Wow, you're a hero. Thanks for the story.
She was one of yours.
You found Talia? If you found her... Fuck. This would be the first damn time I'd ever owe any guy anything. You bring her here, whether she remembers herself or us or not, if it's her, she's one of us. Family. So yeah, we'll take care of her. And the assholes who fucked with her too.
Just glad to finally find her a home. There's a merchant in the exchange quarter. Name's Fiorello. He's been taking care of her. Send someone to get her. Tell him I sent you.
And what's your name? To tell him?
Zachariah Mancer.
A good name, one I won't forget. We don't have many friends with dicks around here, but I'd like to consider you one. Thanks for bringing our sister back home.
Bye, Mara. Hey there, Fiorello.
Ah, the one, the only, Zachariah Mancer. A pleasure as always. What brings you here this fine day?
I found out where the girl's from.
That is great, great news.
Not for her, unfortunately. Turns out she was part of a female gang trying to come together as a rival to Anton Rogue's outfit. Fight barely lasted a round, but clearly it annoyed Anton enough to have one of them kidnapped and tortured to send a message.
So what happens to her now?
Just sending her back to her friends. One of the girls will probably come get her. What's the point of trying to hold her accountable for things she doesn't even remember? And she's already suffered enough.
You surprise me, officer. Open-minded, compassionate. A rare breed in your field of work. Sad to think she will just return to the streets. But what's to be done? Here, take this, for all your trouble. I hate to risk exploiting your kindness, but if I may.
Go on.
Since our little misadventure the other day, I'm always looking over my shoulder, feeling that those mob types are breathing down my neck, fearing I'm less protected than I ought to be.
And you want bodyguards?
In a sense, but understanding that no ordinary citizen of abundance would suffice, and that such a task for you would be an insult, I was thinking that perhaps a strong mutant might do the trick. Word goes around that one might be able to make such an acquisition from the mutant pen in the slums. If you might make the trip for me, I could compensate you for the price of both the mutant and your time.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Again, thank you.
What made you want a mutant for a bodyguard?
All over in my travels, I saw merchants with mercenary companions. People who had abandoned their high rank in a corporation for the chance to travel. For serum. Hired thugs, loyal only to the serum they are paid in. A dangerous circumstance. And one that often saw those thugs turn on their employers. A mutant, however, may be less intelligent, but far more loyal. At least if fed well. And just look at him! The personification of intimidation. His size alone tells the story.